Hello and welcome to another edition. For those of you who've been following the articles so far, you'll have understood how we're breaking down riding into core elements. These elements today we're going to apply to cornering. Cornering is when a lot of people lose a lot of speed, a lot of their flow, and end up having to pedal hard out of them to maintain any form of continual speed. We've identified that there are three tiers of elements: the personal, you and your equipment; the psychological, which we looked at in an earlier article; and the 8 physical elements. All of those apply in cornering, and the more you get out of each element, the faster and smoother you're going to corner. Although all of the tiers and all of the elements play a part, at the top, you and your equipment, a lot of people worry very much first thing. They worry about when learning a new technique is have they got the right equipment. But as important as having the right tyres for the right conditions, or more so, is how you set them up. If they're rock solid, 60 psi off-road, you're going to slide out, you're going to wash out. We want the tyre to morph and gain grip. But in order to do that, it's not just about setting the tyre up correctly and in the right pressure, it's about using those all important physical elements to create grip in the corner and to create drive through the corner. Of the physical elements, looking is going to be massive when cornering. Pretty obvious stuff, but sometimes we forget to apply it. Footwork, again, it's through our feet that we interact primarily with the bike, and through our feet that we can gain extra grip through corners and really get those tyres to track the ground. Body position, we're going to drive the bike round the corner. We're not a passenger just being conveyed, we're in charge. So using your body position effectively can dramatically increase your performance through corners. 3 of the other physical elements that we've talked about are entry, section and exit. And that's how we break down any section of trail and work out how we're going to ride it, when we're going to do things. Very, very important when it comes to cornering is how you break the corner up into an entry, a section and an exit. And that'll give you your format of when to do what. The 2 final elements are speed control and energy management. As you get more advanced in your riding and your technique improves, you'll get to certainly use more in the way of energy management and start pumping through corners. But for today we're going to concentrate on the other elements, speed control definitely being one, but it's not always a case of slowing down, it can be a case of speeding up, and it's not how you do it, but more importantly when you do it. To start with, we're going to look at the fundamentals, and although we're using quite a wide fire road here where there's plenty of run out, and we could run very wide on entry and shave off the corner and come out wide and widen the apex a bit, we're actually going to treat it like single track, riding up the inside line and hugging the corner as well as possible. It gives us the added comfort blanket of knowing that we can run wide and we're not going to end up off the trail. But ideally you want to pick a corner where it is a bit more forgiving and you don't have to worry too much about the terrain, and you can focus exactly on technique. Then when you come to more technical terrain and tighter single track, the technique's all there and you can concentrate on the next obstacle on the trail. Even as I'm approaching, although I can't see the angle of the corner and how tight it is, the surface of the trail and exactly how tight it is, I can start to build up a picture. In this case I can actually look through the trees, and whilst I'm standing up in my core cruising position, by the time I get to here I can actually see the trail surface around the exit. So I can start to judge just exactly how tight that corner is and where I need how much speed control I need to do and when I need to do it. Ultimately I'm looking for the exit point. Where am I going to? I need to fill the bike with information about what it needs to be doing to get where it needs to go. If I'm looking there, I'm telling the bike where it is. It knows that already and I know that already. I need to focus on where next. In that way I can start to drive the bike through to that point. So as I approach the corner, my head will turn and I'm looking through the corner, not into it. Very importantly, looking for the exit. I'll turn my head to the exit point, and then it's a case of thinking about the body position. If as I round the corner I start to look wide at how far I'm drifting, no prizes for guessing what's going to happen. I'm going to end up drifting wide. If I get drawn into the trail surface looking at individual bumps and lumps, again I'm not going to be projecting ahead of the bike. I'm not going to be giving the bike the necessary information to drive it through that corner nice and smoothly. So look through the corner, not into it. Project to where you want to go next. It's always next, next, next if you want to carry speed. Footwork and cornering, your feet, we've already established, are your primary point of contact with the bike. It's through them that you predominantly drive the bike. As we're cruising down trail, we ride with a level pedal, 50-50, weight spread evenly through both feet, heels dropped, pushing through the bike. That's great for going in a straight line, but as the bike starts to lean, Centrifugal force has a tendency to make the bike slide. We're going to use our feet to stop that slide occurring and load the centre line with plenty of weight. So as I enter a corner, my outside foot goes down and I stand on it, and as I go through the corner with my heel drop pushing down through my legs, I'm actually going to slide slightly back on the bike and drive the back wheel around the corner as well as the front. We start slightly at the front and work our way slightly to the back. People talk about inside foot up for clearance. Well, it's very rare that I'm that low in a corner. Actually, the inside foot being up is just a byproduct of having your outside foot down. Think about putting your outside foot down, not about getting your inside foot up. So by placing my outside foot down when the bike leans to corner, I'm pushing down through the centre line of the tyres, stopping any sideways slide and really gaining some traction.